You know, there are a lot of different ways I could explain how I will be a force for good on Notre Dame's campus. But why not do it through the medium of what I'm best at? School. Let's start with a lesson in physics. Every student who has sat in on a physics class knows how important forces are to everyday life. According to Newton, forces are what lead to accelerations. Without them, everything would always stay at a constant speed. That's Newton's first law, by the way. Forces reflect who I am because forces, inherently, are things that cause change. I like to think that wherever I go, I transform people and ask the questions that truly inspire them to make positive improvements in their communities. I don't settle for what's easy. I seek the challenges and the hurdles and the things that have the greatest impact on the most people in the long run. These attributes are key to my success as a force for good on Notre Dame's campus. It's estimated that you will impact somewhere around 10,000 people in your lifetime. For me, I can safely assume a lot of these will be Notre Dame students. Therefore, it's not a question of if I will impact them, but how. In order to truly reach people, proficient interpersonal skills are necessary, which takes me to my next lesson, chemistry. When molecules come together, they form bonds, which means, in many cases, sharing electrons. If I'm to be a force for good at Notre Dame, I'll have to bond with those around me, meaning sharing my talents and learning from the gifts of others. Creating positive change isn't something that can be done alone. Rather, I see it as something that is carried out best when people are united as one. My experience with working as a team, either in band, at my job, or as the president of the National Honor Society, has well equipped me for this task. The next lesson lies within calculus, specifically integration, which is essentially adding up little small parts to make up one greater whole. To find the area under a graph, you have to add up all the individual components that make it up. And just as graphs and equations are made up of different segments, so am I. I'm not a force for good because of one singular thing. Rather, it's a collection of attributes that allow me to effectively transform people's lives and attitudes. My leadership capabilities, my optimism, my faith, my creativity. They all, when added, allow me to surmount new heights upon which to extend my open arms to others. Growing up in a public school, there was always one thing that was never taught on the whiteboard: faith. To any other Catholic, this could be seen as a disadvantage. In reality, though, it has proven to be a blessing in disguise. Being educated in a secular environment has meant that I have had to take my own initiative to really become a master of my faith. And it has also meant that I have learned how to use my actions to show God's love to people who don't know it. Being in this environment, I am even more prepared to be a disciple to others on the campus of Notre Dame. According to physics, chemistry, and calculus, my potential to be a force for good may seem complex and convoluted, but according to Micah chapter 6, verse 8, it is anything but. For it says, "He has told you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God?" That is honestly all it takes to be a force for good in the world: to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly. Post-college, I intend on becoming a civil engineer, where I can lay foundations for cities and generations to come. For now, though, I hope to embed foundations of justice, kindness, and humility in the people around me. Mother Teresa said, "Never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time and always start with the person nearest you." For the next 4 years, my goal is to live by these words, to try to make a difference in the lives of the people around me, even if it's just by doing the small things. Of course, I could do this at any college, but only at Notre Dame would I find a community of people who completely believe in me and are rooting for me at all times. Nowhere else would I be surrounded by so many like-minded individuals who would see my purpose and would be walking with me in every step along the way. That's what makes the Golden Dome so special. It unites people from around the world with a common vision and a common determination. Notre Dame would challenge me, push me to exceed, and create a culture in which I could experience academic and personal growth at its fullest. I truly believe that just as I will be a force for good on campus, Notre Dame will be a force for good in my life. So thanks, Notre Dame. See you in August.